Sunday, June 19th. Jacob goes to Joseph. Read Genesis 46. What is the significance of Jacob's departure from Canaan? When Jacob leaves his place in Canaan, he is full of hope. The assurance that he will no longer be hungry, and the good news that Joseph is alive must have given him the momentum that he needed to leave the promised land. Jacob's departure echoes the experience of Abraham, though in Abraham's case, he was heading to the promised land. Jacob hears the same promise Abraham heard from God, namely, that he will make him a great nation. God's call here also is reminiscent of God's covenant with Abraham. In both occasions, God uses the same reassuring words, "Do not fear," which carry the promise of a glorious future. The comprehensive listing of the names of the children of Israel who went to Egypt, including his daughters, recalls God's promise of fruitfulness to Abraham, even when he was still childless. The number 70, including Jacob, Joseph, and his two sons, expresses the idea of totality. It is all Israel that goes to Egypt. It also is significant that the number 70 corresponds to the number of nations, suggesting that the destiny of all the nations also is at stake in Jacob's journey. This truth will become more evident only many years later, after the cross, and the fuller revelation of the plan of salvation, which of course was for all humanity, everywhere, and not just for the children of Abraham. In other words, however interesting the stories are regarding this family, the seed of Abraham, and whatever spiritual lessons we can take from them, these accounts are in the Word of God, because they are part of salvation history. They are part of God's plan to bring redemption to as many as possible on this fallen planet. Romans 10:12-13 says, "For there is no distinction between Jew and Greek, for the same Lord over all is rich to all who call upon him. For whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved." What does Paul say here that shows the universality of the gospel? More important, what do these words say to us regarding what we as a church should be doing to help spread the gospel? From the book Patriarchs and Prophets, page 233, it says, "Upon reaching Egypt, the company proceeded directly to the land of Goshen. Thither came Joseph in his chariot of state, attended by a princely retinue. The splendor of his surroundings and the dignity of his position were alike forgotten. One thought alone filled his mind. One longing thrilled his heart. As he beheld the travelers approaching, the love whose yearnings had for so many long years been repressed would no longer be controlled. He sprang from his chariot and hastened forward to bid his father welcome. And he fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said unto Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive." From the book The Story of Redemption, page 103 and 104, it says, "And Joseph placed his father and his brethren, and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded. And Joseph nourished his father and his brethren, in all his father's households, with his bread according to their families." From the book The Desire of Ages, page 4:3, it says, "Caste is hateful to God. He ignores everything of this character. In his sight, the souls of all men are of equal value. He hath made one blood all nations of men, for to dwell on the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed, and the bounds of their habitation, that they should seek the Lord, if haply they might feel after him and find him, though he be not far from every one of us. Without distinction of age, or rank, or nationality, or religious privilege, all are invited to come unto him and live. There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free. The same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." Acts 17:26 and 27, Galatians 3:28, Romans 10:11-13. Have a blessed day.